And we're here. Hey, Jimbo. Here for the practice today. Whoa. Well, I know I'm going to redesign this program next time. I cut it close a little bit right now. Woohoo! So I'm glad today's theme is pleasure and playfulness because I'm feeling it today. And thanks for being patient with my timing. And, you know, the first time's a charm. Third time's even more of a charm when planning one's program. A little tight between meditation and asana for me. Downloading, uploading, the story of my life. That's my mantra. Upload, download, upload, download. So we're going to play with bringing out the joy of life. I have no idea if my sound is working well, so if someone can be my sound person today, that would be awesome. Hello, someone can unplug and tell me that you can hear me. Beth Madden, I'm going to unmute you. How are we doing, Beth?
It sounds good here, Nancy. Loud and clear.
I don't know if it's my mic or if it's just, if it's echoey, it just means that I'm in my room. Is it kind of echoey?
Not bad.
Okay. It's been working. Good enough, right? Now I have a buzz in my ear. I don't know if that's working or not. So, all right. So let's get comfortable. Tell me if my voice is farther away right now and then it's closer. Can you tell me, Beth, if it's farther away and then it's closer?
Yeah, but it's not all that different.
It's not that different? Okay. Huh.
I know the past couple of days when you've gone back to your mat, you get a little more distant from us, but it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think this is working. That's all right. It's just the room. I can project. I'm good at projecting. That's for sure. So let's get comfortable. Time for yoga. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of that. Bluetooth off. I'm going for full speaker.
So what you need to do is...
Yeah. Just go for the echo. The professional recording will be next. The next incarnation of this experience. Woohoo! So, if you're in Ignite Your Life, the meditation is really important today before you do your fun sheet and your lesson of the day, if you're in there. Otherwise, we're here to practice moving our body and our breath and getting our fire lit. Hello, Hansons. I'm so glad you're both here today. Yes, the afternoon. All right, this is great. Got the full crew. All right, Ellen made it. Timmy is here. April, Roxanne. Ellen's here twice. Yeah, I don't know how that works. Diane Wills, up in Canada, I think. Nancy Ojala. Someone named Galaxy. All right, Lindy, welcome. Okay, Rosemary, good morning. Have a seat. Get tall through the length of your spine. And feel the ritual we're creating by starting these practices out. Centering is the first stage or the first element of all practices in the yoga motion way of practicing. So drop into your seat of centering. You could center standing or laying down too, but we're going to start seated. And drop in. The dropping in is closing your eyes or gazing down a bit. Quiet your eyes. So you can look inside and see yourself clearly today. Greet yourself. And notice who's showing up. Acknowledge all physical sensation from the most obvious to the most subtle. And then turn your attention to the breath and begin to lengthen the inhalation and the exhalation without any force or strain, but just a little bit longer, a little bit deeper. And then begin to place your attention on the space between the breath, the pause between the inhalation and the exhalation, that little point of stillness. And you'll pause following your inhalation, you'll pause in that fullness, and you'll simply wait until the body prompts you to release the breath. So you're not forcing yourself to hold the breath, you're just pausing. And then letting go. And at the end of your exhalation, you'll pause in that place of emptiness and just wait for the body's prompt, and it will guide you into that next full breath in. Let's take about 5 full breaths in and out like that, paying attention to the space between, called kumbhaka. And then noticing how your mind is responding to this observation and sensation. And gifting yourself another breath or two, really being present for each part of the breath, the beginning, middle, and end of the inhalation, the pause, and then the beginning, middle, and end of the exhalation. On your next breath out, you're going to drop your jaw and relax, not pierce lips, but just drop the jaw and exhale with H-A, ha. Deep breath in through your nose, H-A, ha, breath out. Feeling that sense of little friction in your throat one more time, like you're fogging a mirror. Let go. Let your eyes blink open. Move your neck around a little bit. And just for fun, we did this on Tuesday. It's a good one for releasing any tension or angst in you that might be happening occasionally. But it's kind of fun. And if you have kids, it's really fun because they love it. So you're going to take a deep breath in and you're going to shake your face. So you're going to shake your jaw and let it go. And you're going to let your muscles relax in your face and you're going to just shake it out. And you need to do little shakes so you don't overshake your neck. Okay. And you're going to say ah out loud. Right. So take a deep breath in. Ah. Try that on. Come on, you now. Breathe in and shake your face. Go. Oh. You have to admit it feels pretty good, right? So today we're going to practice not taking ourselves too seriously. Okay, we're going to have fun. So we're going to start with stretching out your legs, because when you sit cross-legged, you want to make sure that you can stretch out your legs and move your ankles around a little bit. Make sure you have some feeling in your feet, because sometimes the feet get a little numb if you're sitting for a while. We're going to come to standing. So get you here. So get your space ready for standing. Move my spine. That was a great class yesterday. Check it out on YouTube. Yoga for improved posture. My new fancy pants. Woohoo! Okay, so that was for the neck and shoulders yesterday. And it's on their virtual yoga, Nancy Reed's Yoga Motion YouTube channel. Check it out. That one felt really good. It was all on the ground, all neck and shoulders. Today, new full body. So drop on in. And here we go. We start with Tadasana. So now we're centering in our standing form. Tadasana in every pose. So every alignment principle we cover here is to be integrated into every other posture, every other movement. We hold on to those principles. They don't go away. And so learning those principles and having them as part of your template in your practice is super important. So start to line yourself up and feel what's happening in you. I'm going to be right back. I want to grab something to bring the computer up. Oh, it's right here. And just notice how you line yourself up. What have you learned? I mean, a lot of you have been with me for a long time. If you haven't, get to know these 10 points. I can attach it somewhere so you can get it. And just email me if you don't have the Tadasana formula in your possession, and I'll send it to you. All right, here we go. We're lining. So we feel. Notice what points you really felt in your own body. So I have 10 points. We start at the sole of the foot. Thousands of times later, we still go into these postural intentions over and over again. The feet are grounded. How are they feeling today? Four corners of the feet. Let's stretch them out a little bit. Let's press through the ball of the foot and feel happy feet. Okay? Drop it through. Keep doing that. Breathing. Ah, there we go. A little more light on the subject. And then pause and put your weight, you might go a little wider, on one foot. When you bring your weight to one foot, keep your hip under you. Don't slide your hip out. So if anything, you're gonna pull your hip back a little and then circle that other ankle. So you're pulling around the ball of the foot and you're letting your knee move it. Notice it goes all the way up into your hip. So feel how your whole leg is connected. And even let your spine relax into it a little bit. And your neck. And release. Push down into that foot. Shift it on over to the other side. Strong and steady in your leg. Hip over heel. And here we go. Circle it around. Stay lifted through the crown of the head. Got to keep remembering that. I call it the golden thread. There's a whole technique called the Alexander technique. It's not really around much anymore. I learned it years ago. 80s, and I still have the book, but it's all about lifting for the crown of the head. Everything you do, extending for the crown of the head so your spine stays long, and step into that leg. So I cleaned my bathroom for an hour yesterday. I was scrubbing the shower, scrubbing the bathtub, scrubbing, and I think I'm going to do a video on that because that's where the Alexander technique comes in. Always staying extended, especially when you're leaning over. So let's take your feet strong. We're going to lean over, feet are grounded, and we're leaning from the hips, like that, right? The spine stays straight, so come up. We'll start over again, because I'm kind of ahead of myself. I had a cup of coffee today, and I haven't had coffee in 30 days, so you get to experience the caffeinated Nancy part of me. So anchor in. Engage the muscles of your legs. So the feet are grounded and the lower legs hug towards each other isometrically. And then you look at your kneecaps and you see that they're aligned with your second and third toe. Always the same principle. Quadriceps engaged, top of your thigh back, not forward, back. So you feel a softness in the groin, abdomen engaged. Okay, side body long, lifting the ribs away from the pelvis. Collarbones broad, Chest open, and then lengthen from the crown, from the base of your skull, the crown of your head, the golden thread. There you go. Spin the arms out, bicep, arm bone always spinning out so the shoulders are open. Let your breath go. Let's take it up. Inhale, greet the day. And exhale, settle inside yourself. As you bring your arms overhead, feel the grounding from hip to heel, opposition in action. As the arms lower down, stay lifted through your center. Again, inhale, grounding, lifting. Exhale, still grounding and lifting. One more time, take it up. And release it down. Let's roll the shoulders. So every day, moving our joints, full range of motion, so important. Drink your water, range of motion, your joints will stay happy. Okay. Now pause. And let's warm up the legs a little bit as I was saying earlier. Take your feet a little wider apart instead of turn sideways. And we're sliding the hands down the thighs as we push our bottoms way back. So sitting bones up. And then tone the belly. So this is the bathtub scrubbing or shower scrubbing technique instead of this stuff, losing the lumbar curve. Okay, so you can make all of your household chores a yoga practice, okay, a workout, really. You can really get a lot of exercise cleaning your house. So keep that in mind since we're all in our houses a lot these days. And so I let mine get super messy. Put your elbows down. That was kind of a luxury. I don't have a roommate home right now, so I just put stuff everywhere. Just left messes all over the place. Kind of a nice balance. We're just shifting the hips, feeling, and then now it's going to get all clean. I feel the urge to clean coming on. So notice what you're doing in your environment. We're taking care of our inner environment right now, but I want you to pay attention to how you're caring for your outer environment. What's feeling good to you? You just let things go and be messy, or is it time to clean up? In yoga, that's called saucha. Place your hands on your thighs, lift your chest. I'm going to double time on philosophy and technique here today. Pull the tailbone in, round the back, exhale, cat pose. And then sink back down, lift the sitting bones, open the heart, inhale. So take that back and forth, and as you do this, I want you to notice how your knees feel and where they're facing. If you need to turn your feet out a little bit, do that. Okay? So the shape we're making is extension of the spine, backward bending, and flexion of the spine. This time, letting the back round in the lumbar. It's the only time we actually do this. So we want to stretch it out. And saucha means cleanliness. So we're actually wanting to keep a clean line in our alignment. In our inner environment, cleanliness is next to godliness. And we can also look around our outer environment and notice the cleanliness. But sometimes it's nice to be messy, right? Sometimes you just let go. So I call that the 80-20 rule. Kind of have some flexibility in our life. Come back down and really ground your heels. Notice how you're tending to that alignment. Push down and lift up. Take the hands up the midline of the body. Let the arms come out to the side. We're going to repeat. Take it up, reverse. Bring your hands down, midline of the body. Push your bottom back, hands on thighs, elbows flare. Now let's lift the sitting bones and feel that stretch in the back of your hamstrings. Keep the belly toned and then drop back down. And lift up. Now watch your knees because there's a tendency for them to wobble in or out depending on your body. And you're going to just go down and up through the sitting bones. So you get a sense of being steady in your legs, stretching the hamstrings, releasing. You might not straighten your legs all the way. That's okay. And keep your spine neutral, right? Your heart is lifted. Your belly's toned. You're warming up your legs. And breath is flowing. Inhale, lift, and out. Now we're going to stay in the squat and then push down to lift up, unhinge from the hips, hands up midline, arms out to the side, and repeat. Take it up, called lift from center. Draw down midline, sink the hips back. Keep your head up as you straighten so you don't get dizzy. Sink back down. And as you stand, hands up midline, lift from center and release. Inhale. Release through the back of the throat. In. Out. All the way up. And around. So it's a pattern. Learn the pattern. Stimulate your brain. In. Out. You're going to get going a little bit now. If you can't bring the arms up, that's okay. You keep them a little lower. Some people have shoulder issues. I appreciate that. Up, down, and around. You get full range of motion. That's great. Whatever works. Getting that prana flowing. Up center. One more time, all the way through. And down. Whew. Shake that out. Okay. Shake out the legs. Bring it right underneath you now. So a little bit more narrow stance. Spin the arms out. Let your breath go. And if you have shoulder issues, you're going to leave your arms down. Let's all try this one. It feels good anyways. The palms can face your leg, and you draw to the side, dropping the ear to the shoulder. Keep your legs steady, and ease to the side and feel this whole side body opening. Press your hip out. Keep your heart open. Notice how that feels. Side body long. Turning the palm up. And draw it over, all the way over, if that's available, right? If it's possible, reach up and grab that wrist and stretch further. So again, you're doing what feels good to you. So breathe into that. Find your just right place. Play your edges, your minimum edges, first point of sensation. Maximum is a deeper sensation, but certainly not over the edge into pain. No pain. Just ease and sometimes intensity. One more breath. Now as you come up, push through your feet to lift your center and release if your arms are overhead. Left side body. And then other side. Drop the ear to the shoulder. Sinking down. And hands to your hip or your ribs. Feel that side body opening. Press into it a little bit. Okay, so be curious now. What do you feel? Maybe take your arm and open overhead. Maybe hand to head. Play with how you work with your arms. Maybe they connect overhead. Breathe. Oh. And then one more breath, pressing down to lift up. Inhale. And let go. Good. Take the hands to the rim of the pelvis. Take the arm bones up and back. Push into your feet. Engage your abdomen. And let your shoulder blades lift your heart. Okay? Tuck the chin to the throat at first and squeeze the shoulder blades. Some of you might feel comfortable bringing your hands back further, squeezing the shoulder blades. And if you have no neck issues, you may be able to open the throat. And breathe. So soft knees, top of the thighs back. Engage the abdomen. Lift from the heart. Now hold that opening in the heart and bend your knees a whole bunch. Push your bottom out. That'll bring your torso forward. Slide your hands to your thighs. Lengthen your neck. Pause. Breathe. Take your hands to the outer shins and then face the crown of your head to the floor. And notice what you feel. You might need to bend your knees more and see if you can hinge down. Some of you will bring your hands to your ankles, some to the floor. If you have blocks, use those. Modification is forearms on thighs. So find your way into your forward fold, Uttanasana. It should feel like that. It should feel like, ooh, right? So ease into your backside. And make sure you feel most of the lengthening in the hamstring and the glutes, not your lower back. Maybe along the length of the spine, but not focused in the lower back. That's why you want to bend the knees. Feel that. Release your neck and jaw. Now bring your hands back to your thighs. Press into your heels, engage your abdomen, lift your heart, halfway up only, breathe. Okay. And then all the way up, take it up. Arms overhead if you can get them there, reach it up, side bend, maybe the elbows are better bent, maybe straight. Back up to center, we're gonna flow right on over to the other side, exhale. Inhale, center, let the hands flow to the hips. You could do that with the arms lower as we did before. Deep breath in, heart opens, open the throat. Bend the knees, hinge the hips. Tone the belly as you fold over. Push in the feet, lift the head, lift the heart, look forward. And then go back down. So we're moving our spine in its 4 directions. Push down to raise up. Half salutations every day of your life. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Hands to the hips. Inhale, open the heart. Maybe the throat. Bend the hip. These hinge the hips. Fold. Inhale, lift. So the intention is moving the spine. How near or far you are from the floor. How much you use the arms, it's just up to your body. But move that spine in its 4 directions. Lateral flexion, neutral. Guess it's 5 directions. Back extension and flexion. Halfway up, neutral and flexion. All the way up. Through neutral. One more time, side bend. Oh, I love that. And inhale, other side. And we're going to come to center and just pull the hands down to our heart. Heart. And maybe even close your eyes and feel what you just created through that movement. What sensations are alive in you? So if anything, do that every day. Half salutation. Ardha Namaskar. You can do it anywhere. You can do it from a chair. Release. Okay, we have one more warm-up. So this is the second phase of our practice. We have centering, we have warm-up. So we're warming up, obviously we're warming up the soft tissues of our body, we're warming up our joints, and we're warming up the relationship of breath and movement. And this is called breath of joy. So let me turn sideways a little bit so you can just see the alignment. So stand in your mountain. I'd suggest taking your feet a little wider apart because we're going to do another hinging action. And we bring the arms out and let the fingers kind of drip like there's something dripping off. You're just going to come up and your wrists are leading, your elbows are soft. They're just coming to the level of your shoulder. Drop your shoulder blades down your back. So there's stability in your shoulder girdle, right? So let's do that. Lift, release, lift, release, lift. Kind of like being a puppet on a string. lift, lift, lift. Kind of fun, huh? Lift. Okay, now here, instead of going down, we're going to go down and out. And the hands come up to the level of the shoulders. And then we go here and here. Do a little bounce in your knees. And feel that coming from your shoulder blades. So you want to move the arms to the roots of the shoulder blades. Feel that. Okay, so this is shoulder height. Be aware of where your arms are in space. All right, this time as you come around, you're going to go all the way up as far as you can, not back. Don't be throwing your arms behind you, just straight up, so keep the toe in the belly. So go this way, up. Now just shoulder height, overhead. Shoulder height, overhead. You might find your arms going, woo, but we're not going to do that. We're going to be aware of our motion. Shoulders up, shoulders up. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, one more time. Keep the arms overhead. Now, this one we're going to bend the knees, hinge the hips, keep the chest up, let the arms go back as far as they want to go. With the heart lifted, don't drop the head. Push down, lift straight up. Stop at midline. Release. In, out. One more time. And then come up to the top. Release down, out to the shoulders, and come down. Okay, now we're going to put it all together, but the breath is going to change. This is the breath of joy. So we're going to take 3 inhalations and then 1 long exhalation. Okay, so here we go. So the movement is shoulder, shoulder, overhead, release. In, in, in. Get that inhalation, right? Fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. Let go. Last one. And bring it up. And let out. All right. Feel that. So if you start to feel a little compromised in your energy flow, if you feel a little distracted or disturbed or tense, if your energy is being pulled in, and if you feel tightness, do that. It's good medicine. Okay, now we're going to take our feet a little bit wider. We're going to do one more. Grabbing a wrist, relaxing the shoulders, so your hands are below the shoulders, your knees are open. So you're going to literally pull the heels a little bit closer together, which will turn your knees open. Hold on to that, like you're sitting on a horse. There's a horse between your legs. You're not turning your horse. You're keeping it open, straight ahead. And then you're going to turn your torso from the waistline to the side. Feel that twist, and then come to the other side. Feel that. And just, you can have your arms lower if you want. Just gently, right to left. And here's the breath. Out, in, out, in. So as you inhale to the back, you're lifting your chest. Keep the knees open. You might have to look down and check them. Okay, now another option you have, this is actually an eye exercise if you take this next option. And you're going to look behind you and then focus there and then blur across the room. So it's spotting, right? And in, out, in, out. If you have a tendency to get dizzy, don't do that. Just keep your head forward. Okay. Should be really easy, light, flowing, simple movement of the spine. To the next area, rotating the spine. Now slow it down and bring your head forward and let your arms go. And shake a leg and shake the other leg. And come to center. That was a lot of warm-ups today, but I think when our intention is pleasure, when we get our energy flowing, our prana going, then we experience more pleasure, right? So there we go. So let's go into a traditional flow today of Surya Namaskar. We did Ardha Namaskar. If you need to put anything down for support of your knees, turn to the side. Some of you have blocks. You can use blocks. I'm going to do prop free. Move this window. And come to the front of your mat, top edge of your mat. Feel your Tadasana. Feel the energy you've awakened. Let your breath go, and as you inhale, take the arms up or to your heart. And then bringing your hands to heart, bend your knees, and we've learned we're hinging from the hips. Bring the fingertips to the floor and take your right leg back. So keep drawing your right leg back until your left knee is directly over your ankle. Let's stop there and square the hips. So back hip forward, front hip back, square the pelvis, tone the belly, lift the heart, ease into your lunge, and then begin to straighten a bit through the front leg, and then bend it directly over the ankle. So watch that. If the knee starts to go forward of the ankle, you need to put more space between your feet probably. So square and straightening. And if it feels better, some of you might be better off having the back knee down. That's okay too. Lunge rock. Loving our hips, releasing tension. Even developing some strength here. So again, you're in the movement to experience it, not to perform it. So what are you feeling in there? Let's lower down onto the back knee, everybody. Toes tucked or toenails down. Pull the hips back a bit. Push into the feet, hug the legs towards each other, hand on the front thigh, and come up. So you're a little bit more upright. Okay. Find your balance. Make sure you're hip distance apart, right to left. Slide the hands to the rim of the pelvis. Right. And then slowly lower your sitting bones towards the floor. Feel it coming down into the stretch point. Tone the belly. Try and open up this hip joint, the front hip joint. Pulling the belly up and back. Leave the hands here. Or as we did standing, you can take them back a little more. Take the arm bones up and back. We're going to leave the hands on the pelvic rim or the sacrum. And lift from navel to heart. Chin to the throat for those of you that want to leave the neck neutral. Open the throat if you want to, and breathe. And imagine the crescent moon that you're creating, the shape from your back foot to the crown of your head. And a few of you might have an urge to extend your arms. Not for everybody. Breathe, find your shape, and be it. Be your own crescent moon. Feel what's happening. Use your strength. Create space. Breathe into your shape. Then release the hands down. Lift the heart and head. Bring your hands back. Now, taking the hips back. Slide that foot back. Now we're on to all fours. Hands slightly forward to the shoulders. Curl the toes under. You're going to lift the sitting bones, tone the belly, and open the heart. Push off the knees a little bit, just a little, and then push into your hands a lot to move your sitting bones up to the sky. And then walk out the feet. And as you do this, See if you can feel the plantar fascia, the sole of your foot stretching. So pull back from the ball of your foot to the heel. Don't just focus on the back of the ankle. Get into your foot because that's so important. Healthy feet creates a healthy gait, the way you walk. Now, bend both knees, push into your arms again, lift the bottom, hug in the belly, and then start to come forward. Heels stay high. Bring your chest right between your thumbs, option knees down. Pause. Adjust the shoulders. So your shoulders are back, your arm bones are back, your heart's open, toe in the belly. Burn those legs, super strong. Even if the knees are down, hug the legs towards each other. And please lift the head. Okay? Keep the gaze up. So you're toning right now. You're developing your stamina. Let your breath flow. And then looking forward still. Keep the head up. Bend the elbows, simply lower the thighs and the pelvis to the floor. The heart is open, the gaze is forward. That's where you land, baby cobra. The hands release the wrist joints. You're up there. And then drawing the shoulder blades together. Plant your feet, plant your knees, plant your pelvis, and rise up from the heart. And release back down. Do that a few times. Rise up from the heart. So maybe some of you just the baby cobra is best for your spine. Maybe some of you a little further, and maybe further. But the hips stay on the ground in cobra. Up dog is when the hips are off the ground. Pelvis down, heart up. Release. And this time you're going to peel off the floor. So anchor in the lower body, lift the upper body, lift the pelvis, pull it back, rotate the sitting bones up to the sky. Sky high, and then let the heels lower, but don't force them down. Don't blow out your Achilles and your knees. Keep the knees soft, ease down, breathe. Can you find balance between upper and lower limbs? Keeping the spine long. This is neutral alignment. One more breath. Now, scoop up the belly and kind of round the back as you bring the weight forward. See if you can get this right foot. Some of you are going to drop that left knee down and see if you can get that right foot forward. The hardest thing to do here, don't force it, otherwise just drop the knee, bring it up. Find your foundation. Okay, make sure your hip distance apart, right to left, then bringing the hips back, stand on your back knee. Align, square the hips, and then ease down while keeping the legs hugging together. So you're not hanging on your joint, you're easing into the joint. Slide the hands to the rim of the pelvis, arm bones up and back. Maybe the hands down. Lift the heart. If it's difficult to balance, keep your gaze on the floor, otherwise take the gaze up. Start to bend into your shape from the upper back. Maybe the arms go out to the side. Just play. And feel the response to your choices. One more deep breath. Release the hands down. Now here's a trick. Slide your front foot back a little bit, and then it's easier to step up. I like easy. Plant your hands on your thighs. Wiggle into your lower body alignment and let your upper body release. Hands to the hips. Plug in, unhinge, take it up. And release. Yay! Surya Namaskar. Let's flow on one of those. If this is challenging, do it from a standing position. Just make sure you're moving your spine in the same way. But otherwise, we're going to go right through that. So focusing on your breath this time. Breath in each pose. Let it go. Inhale, arms out to the side or overhead. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge the hips, touch the earth. Right leg comes back, knee lowers, and we inhale. You might have had to take an extra breath. You inhale the crescent moon, hands overhead or on your thigh. Now slowly exhale, hands to the earth, lift the hips, step back, downward dog. Let's take 5 breaths here. If that's too much for any of you, knees down and do half dog here. 3 more breaths. Make them count. Drink on that breath. Pour it back out. Who's arriving on the mat today? Bring your playful self. Create pleasure in your poses by creating just right shapes for you. Last breath. Now come forward. Head draws up, heart open, legs super strong. Knees to the ground if you prefer. Looking forward, bend your elbows and exhale your way to the earth. Heart wide open. Inhale into the heart, maybe more into the lower back. And then pushing away from the ground. Exhale into your dog. Changing shapes. This is neutral. Breathe, stay and breathe. Always a good one to hang out in. Head down. Little inversion. If this pose doesn't feel like a balancing pose or a resting pose, just know you have some alignment principles to attend to. Come to a live class sometime and I'll work with you that way. One more breath. Now right leg forward. So some of you can step forward. You've got to lift and bring your center forward. That's the trick. And then your foot can get closer. Drop the back knee. Push down. And up we go. If you need to stay low, that's okay. Find your balance. Arms overhead. I kind of slowed that one down, so you probably take a few breaths. Take the hands down, exhaling our way back to Uttanasana, and then unhinge all the way. And back to center. Okay, so this next one, we're going to flow 1 breath, 1 pose. If you need to go slower, that's okay. Otherwise, I'm going to guide it that way. This increases your vital capacity. So when you can expand your breath longer and hold that little kumbhak that we practiced in pranayama, hold the breath. I'll cue that. Let your breath go all the way now. Inhale, open your heart, arms overhead. Pause. Exhale very slowly into your forward fold. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Pause. As the breath is paused, shoot your right leg back and down. And then you have lots of inhalation to lift you into your crescent moon. Pause. Now super slow exhalation, coming down and into your dog. Pause. Inhale your way into your push-up position, knees or toes. Pause. Exhale very slowly, so you're working the strength of your upper body. Pause. Inhale into the opening of your heart in cobra. Pause. Exhale, slowly pushing your way into half dog or full dog. And then bringing the right leg forward in your own way. Inhaling into your crescent moon. Pausing and exhaling then slowly so you have time to get into your forward fold. Pause. Hands to the hips, unhinge all the way. Feel that fullness and return to your heart. Feel that. So there's a reason this Surya Namaskar has been passed down through the ages. Feel your reasons. What's it doing for you? And release. Okay. Shake it out. All right, from here, we're gonna do a little, still opening the hips. So we're gonna face the short edge of the mat today. So hopefully that's facing this direction so you don't have to turn your head. But I'm gonna turn sideways just to see alignment. Hands to the hips, bend the knees. As you bend the knees, instead of letting them come forward, bring your bottom back, right? Push down, shift all of your weight into your right foot, to your right glute weights, that press into your right heel, draw the crease of your right hip back, feel the strength. Now shift to the other one, push into your left heel, your knee facing your second and third toe, so your heel's pulling in, plugging down and awakening gluteus. Now, get both heels plugged in, awaken both sides, tone the belly. Shift your weight now to the right and take your left leg behind you. Whoa, I didn't bounce very well. Take it behind you, straight back, not inward. And then start to stand up with your back knee bent, your heel up. So you're in a balancing lunge position. Notice I feel like I want to go back a little, so adjust front to back. So we're balancing. Take your arms out to the side. If you need to, you could have a wall near you, bouncing, or you could put your foot down. But remember, we're bouncing lunge for a minute, if you can. Let the back knee bend. Hug your legs towards each other. And square your hips. Back hip forward, front hip back. Okay, take the arms out in a cactus position. Let the elbows come forward, thumbs up, so you feel your shoulder blades lift your heart. Now deepen the lunge, and then push down to straighten the back leg, and then deepen the lunge, and lift up. Your front knee's gonna stay bent. Anchor down, lift it up, use your breath. Now we'll stay down low, and you'll look at that front leg and see that your knee's open by hugging your heel to midline. Okay. And then the arms come down, the back leg straightens. Pull the heel up, take the thigh back. Now start to plug in the front leg and start to hinge from your hips. Balancing. Okay. Maybe you stop right there. Crease of the front hip drawn back. Maybe your hands come to your hip or your thigh. Your next option is to lower down, bend the front knee if you need to. Look back at the foot behind you, and you want to bring it up a little and plant the heel. So plant the whole foot at an angle, and then again, square the hips. So your front knee can be bent, your back leg is super strong and straight. And then you start to straighten the front leg. Now, some of you might not be that low. You might be up here on your leg, and that's okay. The more balancing, that's good. Find your way in. Called pyramid pose. There's a lot going on. Notice what's going on for you. One more breath. Okay, then everybody, make sure the back heel's planted, let the front knee bend over the ankle. Notice that most of your weight's on your front foot and change that. Pull, push down your back foot and lift through your back hip. So your back leg is your anchor. And then hands to the hips and draw up. Back heel is now grounded. Okay, straighten for a moment, get steady. If you need, take your front foot a little bit more to the side. That makes you feel more stable. Okay, keep the torso upright. I'm going to bend the front knee again. Bring the back hip forward and the front hip back. So square the pelvis. Feel the lunge of warrior one. Side body long. Arms up. Maybe to the sky. Lift up out of your kidneys. Come up out of the back body and let the gaze go up. Arms straight up overhead. Virabhadrasana 1. Some of you might stay in cactus, and some of you could actually bring your hands together. Notice your shape. Settle into something. Breathe. And then pull all the way up, chin level to the earth. Bring your hands back to your hips. Lean forward so you can maybe take your back heel off the floor and your front knee is bent. Find that balancing lunge again. Okay. It all has to do with toning your core. Everybody take cactus arms and then hinge forward a bit, so nose over toes. Start to bring your back foot in. Trust your front leg, push into the heel, wake up your hips, and then come to balance on that front leg. Bending the limbs is easier. Bend the knees and the elbows. Stay right at that, Skydivasana. Or you can start to extend, hips square, coming into warrior three. Breathe. And then pull it back in, lifting the head. Place your foot down. And breathe. Hands back on the rim of the pelvis. Take a breath. Drop into your mini squat. Shift your weight into your left foot or other foot, depending. So feel the lift of the core and the strength of the hips. Step back. So you get the ball of the foot on the floor. It's easier if you get lower. Crouch down. Draw your center back. Pull your head up over your hips. Find your balance. Okay. Arms to your side. Cactus or overhead. Okay. And then we're going to sink it down a little more. As we come, the back leg straight, front leg can stay bent. Interesting sounds my front knee is making. I have a little bone on bone there. Yes. Skiers' knees, who's got them? But we want to, if you keep that in mind, the way I've lived without an ACL all my life, well, since I was 16, is yoga. Aligning those joints and getting those muscles to support your joint. That's why it's so important. It's a little wobbly on that side, but watch the knee go directly in line with the second and third toe over the heel. That's going to help strengthen around that joint. Now, pause. Okay. Straighten the back leg, straighten the front leg, bring your hands down. I'm going to start to hinge. Now, so we're going to have to bend the front knee more. Depending on your hamstring, maybe the hands come to the floor and curl in. So do what you need to do to respect your hamstrings. Square the hips, and then let your back foot come forward about a few inches so you can put the whole foot on the floor and ground all four corners. And again, the hips are gonna wanna swing out. So pull them in, crease in the front hip, drawing back. Breathe. So adjust the front leg, commit to the back leg. Let the front knee bend. Again, push strongly to the back heel, feel the strength in the back hip. And you're slowly going to come up. Woo. Both legs steady. Okay. Arms either on the hips, cactus, or overhead, and sink the front knee. Watch that it stays in line. You know where it's supposed to be. Observe. And then strike your pose. Virabhadrasana. Where's your wellness warrior energy today? One more breath, feeling what's alive in you. Draw up, release down. Now, hinging again, we're going to take the back foot slightly up, arms out, so your back body strong, front body strong, shifting your weight. Find your balance. Otherwise, keep the kickstand down. Breathe. Move from your center. Get a line from your core. Pulling the hips. And then if it's available, get bigger. Or not. This side's always more challenging for me. That's okay. Still working it. Coming back up. Step down. Roll it out. Nice work. Okay, strength work for the day. Shake it out. Let's come down and stretch it out. So let's get to the floor in a special way. Don't ever plop. You're going to hinge, touch the earth. Knees down, cross the ankles, come over them if that's available. Otherwise, come to one side. And here we are on the ground. Walk to the edge of your mat. And then really push your feet out as if they're pushing against a wall. Okay. And then scoop your belly. We're going to squeeze the buttocks. Hug the legs together, squeeze the buttocks, scoop the belly. If this doesn't feel safe for you, do this instead and hold your thighs and give yourself support. But if you can, reach the arms forward. I kind of think of this as the Matrix. Slow motion. If you ever watched that movie, I love it. Yeah. We're kind of in the Matrix ourselves right now. Feel that. So that is why we do active practice. Asana, Hatha Yoga is meant to be an effortful practice to build our strength, stamina, and now a little bit more mobility. So let's bend the left knee and put the foot on the floor. And then bring the right foot off the floor and hold the back of your thigh, not your shin, the back of your thigh. And before you go further, I want you to feel that your weight is even on your sacrum and press a little bit more towards the tailbone. So there's a lightness under your lower back. Now activate the lifted foot and press the heel out and just keep coming up until you feel your hamstrings. So some of you will be quite bent and some of you can straighten. So you're using the quadriceps to encourage the hamstrings to lengthen. Now push your thigh bone into your arms. If you feel like you're reaching up, just use your fingertips. Don't interlace your hands, or you could put something under your head like this. If you want to push in, shoulders down and reach up. So you want to pull down on your thigh bone to seat your sacrum. So yes, you're stretching the back of the leg, but at the same time, we're stabilizing the pelvis. And then we're going to rotate the ankle. All the way around, both directions. Your legs pushing into your hands are pulling back, your sacrum is seated. You're a little bit inverted with the leg above the head. Now spread the sole of your foot. Turn your leg out, bend your knee and bring it out to the side and let your bent knee drop open. Just open across the hips. Kind of like a half happy baby. If you can reach your foot, grab it. Pause. Sacrum grounded. Let the knee bend. Bring it in. And then bring the other leg up. Hold the back of the thigh. Push the thigh to the hands. The hands into the hands are pulling back. The thigh is pushing forward. Your sacrum is grounded and take it up. Push through the heel. Squeeze the quadricep. And I want you to imagine these streams of energy open in your legs. Energy flowing through your leg. Notice what you feel. Mine's a little bit tingly. Yours might feel like warmth or coolness. Just notice what is the feeling of energy moving through your leg. Let's rotate the ankle. And then the other one, because they worked well today in your standing poses. Push through. Now we're going to let the knee bend. Bring your arm around. You just hold the back of your, if you bring your arm on the inside, pull the lower leg, just help it open, and this leg drops open. Some of you could grab your foot. Play, because it's happy baby. We're all about karma today, the art of pleasure, enjoying yourself, be playful. Amazing what our precious human bodies can do. So notice what you can do. Pause equally on the sacrum. Release the leg back down. Both feet on the floor. Now open your arms and do a little jostling. So just jiggle, jiggle, jiggle your hips and let that go right up into your head and your face. Let it go, let it go, let it go. The flopping fish pose. Let go. So again, if you feel any tension coming into your body, if you feel yourself contracting, shake it out, baby. Stay open to whatever life presents. Bring your feet together, soles of your feet touch, and your knees open. You can take your hands on the inner thighs and just rest them there. Take a breath in. As you exhale, do press your waistline to the floor. And as you inhale, roll back towards your sacrum, just so you feel the difference. Exhale, press the waistline to the floor. Inhale towards the tailbone. One more time. Exhale towards the waistline, so you feel a tuck of the pelvis. Then bring your weight over onto one hip. Your opposing knee will lift, and then roll down that glute to the tailbone and over to the other hip and up back to the waistline. So you're doing what we call pelvic clocks, kind of a funky move. It's good to do things that are funky. Do things that your body doesn't normally do. We're waking up so many little secret pockets that might be dull or congested. So you're circling around, you're letting your legs do whatever they need to do. So if you had a clock face, you have this imaginary clock face on your sacrum, waistline, hip, tailbone, hip. Next time you're at waistline, pause and go the other way, counterclockwise. Notice those little pockets of sensation that you're awakening. And then we're going to come right up towards that waistline again. Next time you're around at 12 o'clock, pause. Relax the weight of the legs. Breathe into the soft belly. And then put your hands on the outside legs and help them come back together. Walk your knees apart. You might want to just stay here with your knees dropped in. Or take your legs out. What's going to feel good to you? The legs go out. Create distance between your feet. Let your feet flop open. Adjust your pelvis. Put your hands, your arms, wherever they're comfortable. Shoulder blades down your back. It's time to relax. So drop in. Here we are. From the centering we dropped in. Now we're relaxing and dropping in. And allowing ourselves to experience what the postures have brought us today. A lot of strength work, some playfulness, some coordination, some challenge. What was your experience? And breathe into the results. Long, slow, deep breath in. Long, slow, deep breath out. Absorb that energy you just created. Settling, letting that energy pool down at the base of your spine so you can draw on it the rest of the day. Your sacred storage of prana, life force. Now notice the energy that's moving through you and noticing your state of mind. And in these last few breaths, really coming into an acknowledgement in the center of your heart of who and how you want to be today. What feeling state will you bring forth as an expression of yourself? Letting your breath again bring your attention inside to your heart and flood from your heart out through your torso. And from your torso through your hips and shoulders. And from your hips and shoulders out to your legs and arms, feet and hands, whole body filled with awareness. And then slowly let that breath that you're pulling out to the corners of your container begin to awaken you once again. As you prepare to move into this day, release the breath the next few times back out through the throat, a gentle HA ha, letting go. Slowly moving, unwinding from Shavasana, which could be a lot longer. And I promise I'll do that next week. But today is playfulness, so that was hopefully felt light and lively to you. When you're ready, create the movement that will gently transition you over to your side body. Hug into yourself. The snuggle factor. And then keeping eyes closed and chin to throat, head heavy, use your arms to push you up, head coming up last, aligning yourself once again in a comfortable seat. Move slowly and mindfully. Set yourself up in Sukhasana, easy pose. If you need to place something under your hips, make that happen. Settle again. Feel your energy radiating throughout your body and beyond. And then let's place the palms together at the heart. Breath in and breath out to that space of kindness and compassion. Let us put a little blessing out into the world for all beings to be healthy, all beings to be happy, all beings to be safe, all beings to be at ease. May we heal, may our planet heal, may we recognize the deep connections that are spreading wide and far. And feel yourself held in that. May you gift yourself the opportunity today to really drop into some play, some pleasure, maybe even just really enjoying the food on your plate and how it tastes and smells, the conversations that you share, be fully present. Maybe get some creative projects out, rearrange your house, create some new perspective. That brings a lot of pleasure and playfulness into your life. Feed that part of yourself today. And you can still hold the world in the center of your heart and express your compassion and care for all. Thank you so much for gathering today. Namaste. All right, I'm unmuting you. Oh, you're back. All right.
Thank you, Nancy. Namaste.
Thank you for being here. Anybody have anything to share before you run off? But if you have to, that's okay. I went a little over today because I came in a little late.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much.
Gracias, de nada.
Thank you, Nancy. That was wonderful.
All right, Roxanne. Good. Yeah, it was a lively one, huh?
Yes, that's right.
Is that okay? Did you get those
Thank you,
balancing
Nancy.
posts? You got them? You got the balancing posts? I was a little concerned
Yes.
over here. Okay, good.
Thank
Good.
you.
You're welcome. So let me know what you want next time. Write in. We've got the whole month of April. April, happy April. I even heard May might happen too. So
Thank you.
see what life holds. Okay, open to receive. Great. All right. How you doing, Jimbo?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
Good. What time is it there?
It's 6:21 p.m.
Oh, it's a lot. It's 8 hours difference.
8 hours difference, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you got the evening practice. That's a good
So
way to
that-
end your day.
It's good for me. My schedule's kind of bizarre because I do afternoon meditation and I try to do some things in the morning, but I think I'm getting through everything and it's good.
All right, good. How's your sweetie liking this? How was that today? It was kind of
I
challenging.
didn't ask her yet, but she seemed like she was enjoying it.
Okay,
We'll talk
good.
to her shortly.
That's nice. All right. I'm glad. Lindy, how you doing? I can't unmute you. Let's see. Unmute. No, I can't unmute you. You have to unmute yourself. Great. So we have, okay, so the last, I did the meditation. It's online. It's on the platform already. That's why I was running a little late. I tried to do all that. So the meditation's a really good one to do before, I have a thing on my computer that made you have a third eye, Jim. So the meditation's really good before you open the fun sheet, because this is really about creating your personal mantra. If you, and I know it's too late for you, but the 4 o'clock Zoom is a great place to discuss that. And I might just, I was going to actually post those too. Yesterday was really good. I'll post those on the platform too. Can't make it because we're on Zoom now. And to create your own personal mantra, your sankalpas, is that idea of bringing in to play, like who do you want to be? I mean, hopefully who you want to be is yourself. But who is that highest self? So there's quite a process to go there. It could take there's a lot you could put into it, but I'm keeping it pretty simple, but it's interesting, So meditation's about really recognizing these different areas that drive our desires and then what comes forth. So we can just hold ourselves in that place, even when the world is swirling around us.
Thank you so much, Nancy.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're here again.
Yeah, thank you. It's so wonderful.
Good.
You do a fabulous job.
Mhm.
flying by the seat of my pants with all this technology, but hey, I'm learning a lot. A new reality. I just wonder if I'm having to decide if the studio is going to live or not. So I'm going to look for some partners. We're going to go for 3 months. I don't know. But my landlord's being awesome too. So I've got a lot of support, and I really like the real thing. You know, there's nothing like the real thing. So.
Yeah.
But the essence of being together is huge. So yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for your support during all this, and so have a good weekend. I'll see you maybe at 4 tomorrow. I don't have an online class, but I do have a meditation in the morning and a final 4:30, which you would be fast asleep soon, but you can make the meditation.
Okay.
Okay. Great. All right, guys. Check you later.
Okay. Thank
Bye.
you. Namaste. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.